space. So Ms. Poonam Agarwal, may I invite you to now talk about that intervention?
Hi, thank you so much, Shabeen, and it's a pleasure to be invited over here to talk about our collaboration with Trajectory, and we have been doing so much intervention, so it's a complete pleasure to be here. Continuing with what Shabeen just mentioned, one of the success stories that we had about Guru community, there is yet another success story, which is Career Accelerator Plan, which we call it as CAP. And building on the three levers which have been mentioned earlier, we decided on the goal on moving our internal talent up in the hierarchy. So the goal which was set was 75% of managerial talent must be promoted internally. And then we, basis data, we set the target of that internal managers should be more productive vis-a-vis external hires. There should be less attrition in the internal managers vis-a-vis external hires. So using data, these were the goals which were clearly set across. How did we use technology while curating this program? Technology came in handy while designing the assessments of the skills and running assessment centers. With the help of Trajectory, we 100% digitized our skill assessments, and we did digital assessment centers. Training, skill developments, checklist bits, shadowing were there, on-job assessments were there, assignments were there. However, the digital assessment centers were the key highlight because it carved out the whole headache of going around with the physical assessment centers, generating reports manually, running around with assessors. So this was a huge success of technology being imparted in this program. Moving ahead, use of science and analytics. Again, this was tested that the sample and control groups they proved the results that what we suggested as a goal using data and what we used technology fetched us results. And that's why the statistical validation of this program was very much successful. The sample group produced much better results vis-a-vis the control group, which was our external hires. So summarizing again, this again and again proved that the three levers provided by Trajectory helped us to achieve more than 100% ROI for this program as well. Moving ahead. Talking about ROI calculation, as I mentioned earlier, the goals were set using the data, which further validated post running this program. We had 35% more productive in-house internal candidates vis-a-vis external candidates, 40% lower attritions we were able to maintain in internal candidates, and certainly the costs were much lower because there was only one-time setup cost, and then it was running the same thing mechanism again and again. So the costs were really low, leading to a much better ROI greater than 100%. So as Shabeen was also mentioning earlier, again coming back to the conclusion that wisdom was there, L&D design principles were there, wisdom was there, passion was there, rigor were there, but combining it with those three levers which Trajectory brought on the table, namely data, technology, and science analytics, it really helped our interventions to shine out and address the problem statement which we were looking for. So thank you so much, Trajectory, for bringing these interventions. And I would like to hand over again to Shabeen for taking